10 attractive men's habits women secretly love. Use them daily. Stoicism, modern Stoic. To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. That's David Weiscott. Attraction is often misunderstood. Many people believe that what grabs a woman's attention is based purely on external factors like appearance or wealth. However, research and experience show that lasting impressions are typically made by the subtler qualities, those little everyday actions that showcase a man's true character. It's about showing confidence, emotional intelligence, and genuine presence, not just making grand gestures. Take, for example, a study from the University of Texas. The research highlights how people are naturally drawn to individuals who display consistent self-control and mindfulness. These are not just traits of self-discipline, they are the hallmarks of emotional intelligence, and they are incredibly appealing to women. Women appreciate men who can manage their emotions, remain composed in stressful situations, and exhibit genuine care for those around them. It's these everyday actions, more than anything, that signal real strength and depth. While most men may think that impressing a woman requires dramatic gestures or flashy displays of wealth, the truth is that it's often the smallest things that matter the most. These seemingly insignificant habits, like being present in the moment, showing empathy, or practicing active listening, are the things that can make her smile, make her feel special, and most importantly, make her think about you long after you've parted ways. This guide will uncover 9 habits that women secretly find irresistibly attractive. These habits may seem unimportant at first glance, but they can dramatically change how a woman sees you. They speak to your confidence and emotional presence, revealing the type of person you are on a deeper level. And here's the best part. Most men have no idea just how powerful these subtle habits can be. These habits aren't about trying to impress anyone. They're about showcasing the best version of yourself. They are simple actions that reflect your true values, your emotional maturity, and your ability to connect with others. By focusing on these small, yet impactful behaviors, you can completely transform how women perceive you. And, more importantly, you'll be doing it without even trying. By the end of this guide, you'll have a deeper understanding of how small, intentional changes in your everyday behavior can make a lasting and irresistible impression. Ready to discover what truly captivates the heart of a woman? Let's dive in. Number 1. Being punctual and respecting time. Being punctual and respecting time is not just a courtesy, it is a habit that shows a deep understanding of the value of time. Women love men who are punctual, not because of the mere act of arriving on time, but because it reflects discipline, respect, and responsibility. In a world where distractions are endless, mastering the art of punctuality is a sign of maturity and wisdom. Time is a limited resource, and those who understand this are inherently more valuable to themselves and to others. Stoicism teaches us the importance of controlling our actions, focusing on what we can control, and accepting what we cannot. Time is something we can control, so don't waste it. This simple yet powerful practice of punctuality is not just about showing up on time, it is about showing respect for yourself and others, valuing the moments you have, and creating an environment of trust. The blessing of Stoicism lies in mastering your inner world and making deliberate choices. Punctuality is a daily demonstration of this wisdom. It shows that you have control over your actions and that you take responsibility for your commitments. Don't make excuses, don't blame others, and don't procrastinate. You must be the person who is always on time, who respects not only the schedules of others, but also the plans and opportunities you've made for yourself. Women see this habit as a reflection of your character. It shows that you are a man who takes life seriously, who is driven, who values the relationships and opportunities that come your way. Being punctual is an unspoken language of reliability, and reliability is a trait that will always be appreciated. The Stoic lessons teach us to be resolute and disciplined in our daily habits. You can't be a man of principle and strength if you can't even manage something as simple as your time. This is why punctuality is such an attractive habit. It signals that you can be trusted, and trust is a cornerstone of any successful relationship, whether personal or professional. When you commit to punctuality, you are also committing to consistency. Each time you show up on time, you reinforce the idea that you are dependable, a man who does what he says he will do. It's important to understand that being punctual is not just about showing up physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. When you respect time, you also respect the space and energy of those around you. This respect transcends to the way you engage with others. Being on time means you value the time someone else is investing in you. It means you recognize that every moment is precious, and by being punctual, you show a deep awareness of this. You become the man who is always fully present, ready to invest his full attention. This is a trait that is not only attractive, but also deeply respected. It's something that Stoicism teaches us every day. Control what you can, and make the best use of what you have. In a world where distractions and chaos constantly compete for your attention, the ability to focus on the moment at hand is a powerful and rare skill. In modern life, it can seem like time is in short supply. Between work, social obligations, and personal projects, it's easy to fall into the trap of letting time slip away without truly valuing it. But that is where the power of Stoicism lies. It teaches you how to detach from external pressures and focus on what is truly important. By respecting time, you make deliberate choices that align with your values and goals. This commitment to punctuality is more than a habit. It is a philosophy of life that can transform how you interact with the world. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Don't let life dictate your schedule. Instead, take control and show up on time, every time. This is the essence of being a modern Stoic, a man who doesn't just wait for life to happen, but takes the reins and drives forward with purpose. By doing this, you'll naturally attract others who respect your time and share in your commitment to creating a life of meaning and substance. In the end, punctuality is a reflection of the Stoic approach to life. It's about embracing responsibility, showing respect for the present moment, and understanding that your time is valuable. Women secretly love men who embody this habit because it reflects strength, consistency, and a grounded sense of self. You must realize that your time is not just your own. It's a resource that can impact the lives of others. When you respect your time, you respect yourself, and that ultimately will help you build better, more meaningful relationships. The Stoic lessons have shown us that control over time leads to control over life itself. Comment to remember: master your time, master your life. Number 2. Keeping calm and collected in disagreements. In life, especially in relationships, disagreements are inevitable, but how you handle them can make all the difference. The modern Stoic understands that staying calm and composed during such moments is not only a sign of strength, but also a demonstration of emotional maturity. This is the blessing of Stoicism, the ability to remain unshaken by external circumstances, including conflict. Women, more than ever, secretly admire men who can stay level-headed even when tensions rise. Think about it. When emotions are high and words are exchanged in anger, the man who remains calm, who doesn't escalate the situation with his own frustration or defensiveness, stands out. He who is not afraid of the anger of others is truly free, says the old Stoic, reminding us that true power lies in our control over ourselves, not in our reactions to others. This ability to stay calm is a learned behaviour, an aspect of modern Stoic philosophy that can be cultivated with practice. Women are naturally drawn to men who don't get swept up in the heat of the moment, who don't raise their voices or throw blame, but instead listen, process, and respond thoughtfully. It is this emotional discipline, rooted in the wisdom of the old Stoic, that fosters respect and admiration. But it's not just about silence or inaction. The real challenge is in not letting your emotions take the reins, and in choosing, instead, to engage with clarity and rationality. When you maintain your composure in these situations, you are signaling to the other person that you are not only emotionally intelligent, but also someone who values the relationship enough to approach it with calm and logic. This isn't just an attractive quality, it's a powerful life skill that will serve you in every area, from romantic relationships to professional settings. The blessing of Stoicism is about focusing on what you can control and letting go of the things you can't. This mindset teaches you to engage with life with poise, purpose, and patience, and women are drawn to this level of emotional stability. If you haven't already started, it's time to make the commitment to mastering this habit. Practice pausing before you respond in moments of conflict. Take a deep breath, acknowledge your feelings without letting them take over, and then respond in a measured way. This is a key principle of modern Stoic philosophy. Control your reactions and preserve your integrity. It's a direct reflection of strength, and this is something that doesn't go unnoticed. Women respect men who are grounded and capable of handling life's challenges without breaking down under pressure. They know that the modern Stoic, with his calm demeanour, has the resilience to face any adversity and still emerge stronger. It's time for you to embrace this mindset, sharpen your emotional resilience, and watch how it transforms not just your relationships, but your entire life. The modern Stoic's ability to remain composed in disagreements is not just a passive reaction, but a proactive approach to conflict resolution. It's about seeing beyond the surface of the situation, acknowledging that you cannot control others, and finding power in the way you control yourself. Remember, a man who is committed to mastery of himself is the most dangerous man in the world. That's the power of Stoicism, the power to remain undisturbed when everything around you is in chaos. When you adopt this mindset, you begin to understand the deep and lasting impact it can have on every relationship you enter. So, be that man who stays calm in the storm, who doesn't let external forces dictate his emotional state, and who handles every disagreement with grace and wisdom. When you do, you will not only attract admiration, but you'll also forge relationships built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared commitment to emotional maturity. Let your presence be the calm in the chaos, and you'll find that this habit is more than just a daily practice. It's a way of life that brings blessings in ways you never expected. Number 3, owning silence instead of filling it. In the noisy world we live in, mastering the art of silence is a power that few men truly understand, and fewer still possess. Owning silence, instead of filling it with endless words, is a trait that not only attracts women, but commands deep respect. It's not about retreating into passive solitude or avoiding connection, but about recognizing silence as a tool of immense strength, reflection, and emotional intelligence. The modern Stoic knows this well. Silence is not an empty void. It is a space where depth, wisdom, and self-control reside. True strength, as the Stoic principles teach us, often comes not from speaking or acting, but from restraint. When a man enters a room, his presence alone should speak louder than any words could. He doesn't feel the need to fill the air with trivial chatter or distractions. He stands tall, unshaken, and calm, his silence radiating quiet confidence and emotional depth. This is the essence of Stoicism. Silence speaks volumes. It's the powerful presence of someone who does not seek approval, but instead seeks to understand, to reflect, to be present. Women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit this kind of maturity, confidence, and emotional depth, qualities that are scarce in a world obsessed with constant noise. When you own silence, it doesn't mean you're passive or disconnected. It means you're actively engaged in the moment, choosing when to speak and when to let the silence lead the way. As a modern Stoic, you must learn the balance. To listen, to observe, and to let others speak without rushing in to share your own opinions. This creates a powerful bond with those around you. Silence shows you're comfortable with who you are. You're not relying on words to validate your worth. You are grounded, composed, and in control. Think back to moments in your life when silence had a greater impact than words. Perhaps it was during a tense moment when your calm presence provided comfort, or during a chaotic situation where you chose to pause and reflect, rather than react impulsively. These moments convey trust, reliability, and wisdom. Women secretly admire men who possess this ability to stay calm and composed in any situation, to remain unfazed by the noise around them. The essence of Stoicism teaches us that not every moment needs to be answered or resolved immediately. True power lies in the ability to be calm, to stand firm in your silence, and to be present without needing to prove anything. Silence is an art form that must be mastered by the modern Stoic. It's about knowing when to speak, and more importantly, when to remain silent. Silence is not to be avoided, but embraced as a powerful tool for connection and growth. It speaks louder than words and conveys far more than we can articulate in speech. Silence, as part of the Stoic life, allows you to build deeper relationships, create stronger bonds, and demonstrate a level of emotional intelligence that can't be faked. Ask yourself, what could you gain from embracing silence in your daily life? How could it transform your interactions and shape your character? Take action now. Choose silence over idle chatter. Let it become a cornerstone of your personal growth, a symbol of your self-mastery, and the key to earning the respect and admiration you deserve. Don't let your words define you. Let your silence do the talking. In this stillness, you will find the power to become the best version of yourself. Comment to remember. True power is knowing when silence speaks for you. Number 4. Maintaining eye contact just a bit longer than usual. Maintaining eye contact just a bit longer than usual. This is one simple, powerful habit that many men overlook, yet women secretly love. It isn't just about looking someone in the eye. It's about holding that gaze for a second longer. That subtle shift in behavior speaks volumes. It says, I am here, fully present and in control. This is the first step in showcasing unshakable confidence. Think about the last time you were truly heard, not just spoken to, but understood. What did you notice about that person? They likely maintained strong eye contact, making you feel seen and valued. That feeling of being heard, truly heard, is like power itself, and it's something that women crave. In today's world, filled with distractions and the constant bombardment of technology, many men fail to realize the importance of this small yet impactful gesture. We're often more focused on our screens, notifications, and the world around us, leading us to disconnect from those in front of us. But here's the truth. Holding eye contact just a little longer than usual, even in the most fleeting moments, separates the weak from the strong. As the modern Stoic Marcus Aurelius once said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This isn't just about vengeance, it's about self-control, clarity, and presence, traits embodied by the modern Stoic. When you make the choice to hold eye contact just a fraction longer, you're not simply avoiding distractions. You're showing that you are unaffected by the world around you, you're not in a rush, and most importantly, you're confident in who you are. It is a silent yet profound statement of strength and authority. But let's be clear, this isn't about staring someone down or making them uncomfortable. No, this is about grace and subtlety. It's about commanding presence without uttering a word. It's about letting her know that in that moment, she has your full, undivided attention. Women admire and are drawn to this trait. It signals that you are a man who knows himself and is comfortable in his own skin. It's a simple habit, but it speaks volumes. Unfortunately, so few men realize its power or make it part of their daily lives. Failure to maintain eye contact, on the other hand, can send the wrong message, a message of insecurity, disinterest, or even disrespect. Think back to a time when someone was distracted, constantly looking around, checking their phone, or gazing at everything but you during a conversation. How did it feel? You probably felt unimportant, as though you didn't matter. Avoid this pitfall. Women can sense when you're distracted, they feel it in the air. But when you maintain that steady, intentional gaze for just a moment longer, you're fostering a deeper, unspoken connection. She feels seen, valued, and heard. And in doing so, you project an undeniable aura of power. Let's not sugarcoat this. Power is attractive. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude strength and control. This is not about arrogance, but about calm confidence that doesn't need external validation. It's the wisdom of Stoicism put into practice, presence, self-control, and focus. It's about living fully in the moment and showing the world that you're not distracted by trivial things. Eye contact is the key to unlocking this power. It's an action that demands respect and announces to the world, I'm in control, I'm not afraid, I'm here, and I matter. So don't just look, hold that gaze. It's a small, effortless habit that speaks volumes about your character, and it will make you more attractive, more magnetic, and more in control of your life. Now, take a moment and reflect. How often do you practice this simple habit? Do you notice how others respond when you give them your full attention? It's time to implement this into your daily life. Start using it today and experience the power of true presence. Let me know in the comments how this habit has impacted your relationships or your daily interactions. Keep embracing the blessing of Stoicism, show up, stay present, and let the world know you're a modern Stoic in action. Number 5. Pausing before answering any question. In today's fast-paced world, men often rush to answer questions, mistakenly believing that quick, witty responses reflect intelligence and confidence. The truth, however, is that this impulse usually works against them. In a world where everyone is eager to speak, it's the pause before responding that truly commands attention. Many men fear that a moment's hesitation will make them appear uncertain or awkward, leading them to fill the silence with half-baked thoughts, irrelevant jokes, or even over-explanations in an attempt to keep the conversation going. What they fail to realize is that silence, when wielded effectively, is a powerful tool. Taking a pause before responding doesn't signal insecurity. It signals control. It demonstrates that you are not scrambling for approval nor rushing to impress. Rather, it showcases your ability to think before you speak, allowing your words to have weight and purpose. When you allow that extra moment to process the question fully, you reveal a depth of self-assurance that is far more attractive than a hasty, disjointed answer. Pausing shows that you are thoughtful, deliberate, and confident enough to let your words carry their full meaning. So, what should you do instead? It's simple. Let the silence breathe. The pause isn't about stalling or avoiding answering. It's about giving yourself time to gather your thoughts, process the question, and then respond with intention. Whether the question is deep or casual, taking a moment to think ensures that your reply is considered and meaningful. In that brief silence, you aren't just absent, you are fully present. You engage the other person with a calm, measured response, demonstrating that you are not merely concerned with filling the space with noise. The silence is not a void, it's a moment of presence, a declaration that you are listening actively and responding mindfully. This pause signals that you are a man who doesn't need to perform or seek approval. You know your worth and allow your words to flow from a place of self-assurance, not insecurity. This practice doesn't require pretending to be someone you're not. It's about understanding that a measured, well-considered response speaks with more authority than a rushed one. Women, in particular, are drawn to men who take their time with their words. It suggests that they aren't seeking approval, but simply being authentic. In a world driven by quick reactions and shallow exchanges, a man who pauses before speaking stands out as someone who embodies maturity and self-control, traits that are naturally attractive. But this isn't just about impressing women. It's about fostering trust. When you pause to reflect before answering, you're not simply waiting for your turn to speak. You are actively listening, processing her words, and considering your response with genuine care. This act of thoughtful engagement builds trust and respect, allowing the conversation to flourish on a deeper level. Now, imagine the strength of this approach in a world where everyone is racing to speak first. While others are caught up in the rush to be heard, you take a step back, listen carefully, and respond with intention. That silence before speaking is a powerful statement about your confidence and respect for the conversation. It's not about holding back because you lack something to say. It's about knowing that what you say next will have more impact because it's been carefully considered. This is a modern skill that's harder to find than many realize. in a time when everyone feels compelled to speak quickly and assertively. The man who masters the art of pausing is instantly more intriguing. And this isn't just a technique to win over women. It's an essential part of Stoicism, a philosophy that encourages reflection, control, and wisdom. Stoicism teaches that we should not react impulsively, but rather respond thoughtfully, ensuring our actions and words align with our deeper values. The blessing of Stoicism lies in its ability to help men remain calm and centered, regardless of the circumstances. By practicing Stoic lessons, such as the art of the pause, you demonstrate that you are in control of your thoughts and actions. In a world that values speed over substance, this quality stands out as rare and captivating. The right woman won't find your pause to be a sign of indecision. Instead, she'll find it intriguing. It shows that you don't just speak to hear yourself talk. You speak with purpose. You've cultivated the ability to listen, think, and respond deliberately. This is not just about impressing others, it's about showing respect for yourself and for those around you. So slow down. Don't treat every conversation like a race to speak the fastest. By mastering the pause, you communicate strength, confidence, and deep respect for both yourself and the other person. The right woman will notice this quiet strength and be drawn to the calm authority you exude. And that power, subtly conveyed through your thoughtful pauses, will leave a lasting impression long after the conversation has ended. Comment below with, "Silence speaks louder than words." Number 6. Smiling with your eyes. In a world where noise and distractions are constant, there is an undeniable strength in a man who remains calm, collected, and poised, qualities that not only stem from the Stoic life, but also make him irresistible to women. When you embrace the Stoic principles, you master not just your emotions, but your presence. One key trait that women secretly adore is a man who can smile with his eyes. Think about it. There's something undeniably magnetic about a man who doesn't just smile with his mouth, but who expresses joy, warmth, and sincerity through the depth of his gaze. This isn't something learned overnight. It's a result of embracing the Stoic mindset, where you train yourself to be present, aware, and emotionally intelligent. Smiling with your eyes conveys confidence, vulnerability, and control. The perfect balance that leaves an unforgettable impression. Don't just smile. Let your eyes tell the story of your inner peace. Let that Stoic energy shine through your eyes every single day. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." These words echo through time, urging us to take control of our emotional state. When a man practices the Stoic life, he exudes an air of unshakable composure, and this is what attracts women. It's the calmness under pressure, the ability to navigate through life's challenges without losing one's sense of purpose. Women admire a man who can take control of his emotions, not by suppressing them, but by owning them, understanding them, and responding to them with wisdom and clarity. In every interaction, there's an invisible aura that says, "I know who I am in control." This is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have, and it's precisely what the Stoic principles teach. There is also something compelling about a man who shows discipline in his habits, especially in the small, consistent things he does. Women notice the little things: how you handle your time, how you prioritize your values, how you maintain self-control. You're not just performing for an audience, you're living authentically, leading by example. This is the modern Stoic at work. Your ability to show up day after day, not for the applause, but for your own growth, speaks volumes. In a world that praises instant gratification, you stand as a pillar of enduring strength and focus. That's what women secretly love. Men who don't crumble under pressure, but who rise again and again with an unwavering sense of purpose. Seneca, another powerful Stoic, said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." These words are a call to action, urging men to make every moment count. The modern Stoic understands that time is his most precious resource, and he uses it wisely. He doesn't waste time on frivolous pursuits or fleeting pleasures, but instead focuses on building his character, honing his skills, and mastering his craft. When you live by this principle, you inspire admiration. Women notice the man who is relentlessly improving, constantly striving, and never settling for mediocrity. The Stoic life isn't just about enduring hardship. It's about transcending it with grace, precision, and power. So here's the challenge. Be that man. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't hope for change. Take control now. Smile with your eyes. Show emotional intelligence in every interaction. Live by the Stoic principles day in and day out. The rewards are not just external, they are internal. You'll feel the power of your own self-mastery, and others will feel it too. Every moment is an opportunity to become the best version of yourself, to be a man of unshakable presence, resilience, and wisdom. That's the man women secretly crave. Be that man. Own your Stoic life. The world is waiting to see what you're made of. Number 7. Listening with your whole body, not just your ears. Listening with your whole body, not just your ears, is one of the most powerful and yet often underestimated habits you can cultivate. In today's fast-paced world, where distractions are everywhere, many men wrongly assume that simply staying quiet while a woman talks is enough. But this approach, though seemingly passive, misses the mark entirely. It's not enough to just use your ears. Every part of you must be engaged. If you're nodding occasionally while sneaking glances at your phone or letting your eyes wander around the room, you're not fooling anyone. In fact, you're sending a clear message that you're not fully present, that her words don't matter to you. Remember this. Actions speak louder than words, and body language, even in silence, communicates everything. So, what should you do? Engage fully. Face her directly, stand firm, lean in slightly, and maintain steady eye contact. Your posture, your breathing, your facial expressions, and the pauses between your words all signal that you're not just waiting for your turn to speak, but that you're actively absorbing her words. This shows her that you truly value her thoughts and feelings. Imagine this. When you listen this way, you're not merely hearing words, but letting them sink in, resonating deeply within you. Women crave genuine, focused attention, and when you provide that level of presence, it feels rare because it is. It carries a weight of respect that is hard to match. As Jean-Jacques Rousseau said, the highest form of wisdom is kindness, and truly listening in a way that transcends the superficial is a profound act of respect. This kind of attention creates a magnetism. It builds trust quickly, trust that is not just intellectual, but deeply emotional. And trust, as you know, is the foundation of attraction. When she feels genuinely seen and understood in this way, she will draw closer to you, not only physically but emotionally too. It's like pulling back a curtain to reveal a deeper, more meaningful connection, something rare in the modern world where distractions dominate. The blessings of Stoicism and the modern Stoic mindset teach us that true presence in the moment, fully absorbed in what is happening right now, is a strength. By mastering this art of listening, you are not only showing her that you care, but you are also showing yourself that you possess a disciplined mind, one capable of truly engaging with others. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember this. Don't just listen. Listen with intention. Listen with your whole body. She'll notice. She'll feel it. And the rewards, both emotional and relational, will follow. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. How have you found true listening to impact your relationships? Number 8. Lowering your voice slightly during key moments. Lowering your voice slightly during key moments isn't just a small tactic. It's a powerful signal that you're about to say something worth hearing. Too many men make the mistake of either trying to sound deeper all the time, thinking it'll make them more authoritative, or they speak in a flat, emotionless tone, leaving their words hanging without impact. Both are mistakes. The key isn't in sounding constantly serious or deep, but in knowing when to shift. Speaking in a forced, monotone voice makes you sound robotic, and leaning too hard into a deep tone risks sounding artificial, disconnected. But lowering your voice just slightly at critical moments, those moments where something personal or intimate is shared, creates an undeniable magnetic effect. It feels authentic, real, and pulls her in without you needing to exert force. It's not about trying to sound mysterious or forceful, but about making her feel that what you're saying matters, that it's something meant only for her ears. It's the change, the sudden quiet intensity that commands attention. She'll sense it, and when it's done right, she'll feel like the entire world fades away for just a second, leaving her in a private moment with you. You don't need to shout to be heard. You need to speak with purpose. Lowering your voice at the right moments signals calm confidence, emotional depth, and an understanding of the moment. And that's powerfully attractive. Remember, it's not just the words you speak, it's the feeling you convey behind them. Think of this as an unspoken form of communication that speaks volumes. As Aristotle once said, the energy of the mind is the essence of life. When you communicate with intention, when your words are carefully placed and your tone shifts in those crucial moments, you awaken something deeper, emotion and connection. You don't need to be loud, just present. You don't need to force intensity, just allow it to flow naturally through the rhythm of your voice. It's in those moments, when you speak to her like she's the only one in the room, that you create a bond, a subtle yet powerful one that builds attraction. It's the quiet strength, the calm focus, the subtle power that speaks volumes. In today's world, where constant noise and distractions rule, knowing how to use your voice with purpose is a rare skill, and one that women find irresistibly attractive. It's not about trying to be someone else. It's about being emotionally intelligent, recognizing the moments when a slight change in tone speaks more than any words can. So the next time you speak, remember, don't overdo it. Don't force it. Just lower your voice slightly during those moments that matter, and watch how the world, especially the woman you're speaking to, responds. She'll feel it. And when she does, you'll know you've nailed it. Try it for yourself and feel the shift in how she responds, because confidence isn't about being loud. It's about knowing when to speak and how to make your words count. Number 9. Practicing calmness under pressure. In the modern world, where stress and anxiety are constant companions, practicing calmness under pressure is a skill that every man must cultivate. It's not just about staying collected during a crisis. It's about having a mindset that stays focused, clear, and unwavering, regardless of external chaos. The Blessing of Stoicism, at its core, teaches us that we cannot control the world around us, but we can control our responses. You must develop the habit of being the calm in the storm, always keeping your composure when others are losing theirs. Stoic lessons are clear. You can't afford to let emotions control your decisions. Don't let your reactions be guided by impulse or immediate feelings. In moments of tension, pause, take a deep breath, and assess the situation. The ability to stay calm isn't just a tactic, it's a sign of strength. Women find this incredibly attractive because it shows that you can handle life's challenges with grace and confidence. When you stay calm, you not only maintain control over yourself, but you also give those around you a sense of security. This trait is more than just a temporary advantage. It's a long-lasting and deeply respected quality in any relationship. Think about it. When everything feels like it's spiraling out of control, you are the steady hand, the quiet force that keeps everything grounded. Women secretly admire a man who remains unshaken because it speaks to his emotional intelligence, his maturity, and his ability to lead through turbulent times. It's not about ignoring emotions. It's about understanding them and knowing when to act and when to remain silent. To live by Stoicism, embrace the practice of putting things into perspective. When you face a setback, instead of reacting in frustration, take a moment to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This simple yet powerful shift in mindset helps to reduce stress and empowers you to keep moving forward with purpose and confidence. Women are drawn to men who see obstacles not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities to grow. The blessing of Stoicism is that it reminds you that challenges are temporary, and your response to them shapes your character. So instead of dwelling on setbacks, use them as fuel to improve. Be the man who sees failure as a lesson, not as a defeat. When you face setbacks with grace, it sends a clear message that you have control over your destiny, not the situation. Another key aspect of Stoicism is the power of self-discipline. Men who master the art of self-control stand out. Self-discipline isn't just about avoiding bad habits. It's about making consistent, deliberate choices that align with your values. The blessing of Stoicism here is that it empowers you to say no to distractions and yes to what truly matters. This quality doesn't just make you more productive, it makes you more reliable, more trustworthy, and more attractive. When you cultivate self-discipline, you become a man who keeps his word, follows through, and doesn't settle for mediocrity. Women admire a man who has the strength to resist temptation, who has the discipline to pursue his goals relentlessly. In a world full of distractions and quick fixes, the man who can focus and stay true to his principles stands out. You must recognize that every small act of self-discipline is a building block in creating a life of purpose and fulfillment. Finally, Stoicism teaches the importance of emotional resilience. Life is full of highs and lows, but how you handle those emotional swings determines your strength of character. Men who can accept that suffering is a part of life and yet not be consumed by it show incredible strength. When things go wrong, don't get swept up in anger, despair, or frustration. Instead, rise above it. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings, but rather that you acknowledge them, understand them, and then let them pass without letting them dictate your actions. Women love a man who can bounce back from adversity without losing his sense of self. It is not weakness to feel, it is strength to experience emotion and still stand tall. So, when life hits you hard, remember, the blessing of Stoicism lies in how you rise, how you learn from every experience, and how you choose to move forward with purpose. The Stoic lesson here is simple. You are not defined by your circumstances, but by how you respond to them. By embracing the Stoic principles of calmness, perspective, self-discipline, and emotional resilience, you become a man who radiates strength, stability, and maturity, qualities that women secretly admire and are drawn to. Stoicism doesn't just shape how you react to the world, it shapes the way the world perceives you. Live with purpose, stay grounded, and let the wisdom of Stoicism guide you to become the best version of yourself. Number 10. Giving her space when needed. When it comes to relationships, one of the most attractive habits a man can have is the ability to give his partner space when she needs it. This isn't about being distant or withdrawing emotionally, but about recognizing the importance of time apart to maintain balance, personal growth, and healthy dynamics. Women, in particular, value space because it allows them to recharge, reflect, and return to the relationship with a clearer mind. The key here is understanding that relationships are not about constant togetherness, but rather about the trust and respect that can flourish when both individuals feel secure enough to be themselves, both in and out of the relationship. Don't mistake space for neglect. It's not about avoiding your partner or withdrawing from her. It's about offering her the freedom to do what she needs without feeling smothered or pressured. In fact, this is where the blessing of Stoicism can play a significant role. Stoicism teaches us to manage our emotions and not to act impulsively based on fleeting feelings. It reminds us to be calm, composed, and to accept that sometimes people need time for themselves. This lesson allows you to give her space without feeling rejected or insecure. It's a demonstration of emotional strength, an essential Stoic principle. When you give her the space she needs, you're not being distant or indifferent. Rather, you're showing her that you respect her independence and trust in the relationship. It's about understanding that time apart does not mean a lack of love or interest. It means that you both value personal growth. The Stoic lesson here is simple. Your identity and happiness are not solely defined by your relationship. You are enough as an individual, and giving her space reflects that self-assurance. You're not holding on to her tightly out of fear, but letting go, knowing that she will return stronger and more focused. This Stoic approach helps you avoid the common pitfalls of jealousy and insecurity. When you embrace the idea of space, you are free from the anxiety that comes with trying to control someone else's time or feelings. Instead, you allow your partner the breathing room to continue developing as her own person. This is the foundation of a healthy, thriving relationship, one where both partners can grow individually, which ultimately strengthens the bond between them. Women secretly love a man who can stand strong on his own, without relying on constant attention or reassurance. It demonstrates maturity, self-confidence, and respect for her autonomy. In the modern world, where we're often surrounded by distractions and pressure to maintain constant connectivity, the blessing of Stoicism becomes even more relevant. Instead of jumping to conclusions or getting upset when she asks for space, take a step back, breathe, and reflect. The Stoic lessons teach us that peace of mind comes from within, and when you don't feel the need to constantly seek validation or companionship, you can offer your partner the same. Giving her space is not just a gesture of kindness, it's a reflection of your emotional intelligence and self-discipline. Remember, giving her space isn't about pushing her away, it's about letting the relationship breathe and develop naturally. It's about showing her that you're confident enough to let her have her own life, knowing that this space will make your time together even more meaningful. Don't rush, don't force it, and certainly don't be afraid. The art of giving space is, in essence, the practice of understanding that true connection isn't built on constant proximity, but on mutual respect, independence, and the wisdom to know when to step back. Embrace the Stoic way, and you'll see how much this habit can positively impact not just your relationship, but your personal growth as well. These habits are more than just actions. They are reflections of your true character. They embody your maturity, your confidence, and your ability to stay in control. When you adopt them into your daily life, you'll quickly realize that women don't just appreciate them, they are drawn to them. But more than that, life itself becomes simpler and more fulfilling when you live by the core principles of Stoicism. We may not be able to control the chaos around us, but we hold the power to control how we react and the way we live. When you cultivate patience, calm, and unshakable confidence, you don't just become the man women secretly admire, you become the man you're destined to be. Attraction isn't just about your external appearance, it's about how you face challenges, how you navigate the ups and downs of life. These habits become the foundation of a life well lived, one that radiates strength, wisdom, and an unspoken magnetism. Embrace them, and watch not only your relationships transform, but your entire life become easier to navigate. The essence of Stoicism isn't just in your reactions to life's hurdles, it's in the peaceful, assured way you carry yourself through them.